Hi guys, and welcome to Escape with Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the Baltany Tuxedo Chonograph model s25050. So I received this watch for free. I don't have to send the watch back, but you guys know the deal by now. That's not going to sway my review one way or the other. You're always going to get my honest opinion on this watch channel. And if by the end of this review you want to pick one of these up, head down to the link in the video description. That is an affiliate link. You guys don't pay any extra. This channel will just benefit a little bit from the commission earned if you do use that link. So I really do appreciate it. It just helps keep the channel going. So yeah, keep on using those links, guys, and I'll keep doing the watch reviews. The retail price for this watch is $157 US. That's before any sales or taxes or coupons or anything like that. The Octopus Kraken Watches store on AliExpress, they do participate in the sales, and even outside the sales, they usually have coupons. So currently I am seeing $9 off the purchase of this watch. So make sure to clip that coupon if you're going to buy now, or wait a little bit for a big sale, and you can probably get a pretty good deal on this one. The watch only comes in this colorway that you see here, this tuxedo style. You do have an option of a black leather strap or a brown leather strap. The watch case is made of 316L stainless steel. It has a sapphire crystal with AR coating. It has a screw-down crown, a screw-down case back, 50 meters of claimed water resistance, and the watch is powered by the Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. So if you guys have been following the channel for a while, you will know that I have reviewed a ton of Baltany watches. And a lot of them have stayed in the collection because I think they're excellent. They're fantastic. They offer some of the more interesting designs along with solid build quality and obviously my favorite crystals out of any watch brand on AliExpress. So what do I think of their latest offering? I say we get into the full review, but before we do, I'm going to do a quick wrist check today. I just finished building this watch. This is a DIY watch club. The review for this watch will be coming up pretty soon, and also my thoughts on the whole DIY process. Yeah, absolutely, really just like this watch. It turned out really cool, and I'm quite surprised by it. So, yeah, let's get into this review. Yeah, let's get into the dimensions. We've got a diameter of 39 millimeters, case thickness of 12.6 millimeters, 20 millimeter lug width, lug tip to lug tip of 46.6 millimeters, and on the supplied leather strap, weighs about 70 grams. So I think the size is great. We've had this, I guess, this mid case here, and quite a few different watches. Sometimes it's polished, sometimes it's brushed, and I like it. So it's 39 millimeters by just under 47 millimeters. It's a good size, 20 millimeter lug width. The thickness isn't too bad either. I think it does look a little chunky with this bezel on it. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But yeah, I think it wears great. You can see nice curvature to those lugs. So as always, these cases, they wear really nicely, and I'm happy to see them continuing to use this and improve on the designs as well. So yeah, really do like it. I'm gonna go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. Hey, here we are on my 7.5-inch wrist, and as you can see, it wears really good. I took it off the original strap just because we've seen it plenty of times already. So starting it right off with a double layer strap there, as you can see there, it does sit up just a little bit high, but I think it looks really good on this. Kind of brings out that champagne color of the dial. And yeah, I like it. I think it looks really good, and it's super comfortable as always with these type of straps. So yeah, I think it looks really nice. Popping out into some direct sunlight here, you can see that light play off of the dial there. Kind of got some polished surfaces on the dial. Looks really good. And I'm going to see if I can maybe get in a little bit closer, show you a little bit more detail on that dial in the direct sunlight here. Blued hands obviously look really nice. You got that you got that brushed bezel with the polished case. I think it all looks pretty good together. The crystal obviously is excellent as always from Baltany. No issues reading the dial or anything like that, so very happy with that. All right, let's go throw it on some other straps and we'll get back to this review. And here we are on a dark blue Perlon strap, so there's one layer underneath the watch sitting a little bit better. And I think the dark blue kind of brings out the blue in the dial. There are some blue accents in the dial, and I think it all looks really good. Also super comfortable, really nice and lightweight for the summers. Here we are on an olive drab Riche canvas strap. And again, I think that looks really nice. There's the down the wrist shot there. You can see how nicely these cases hug the wrist. Baltany has always done a really good job with them, and this is no exception. That case curvature is just perfect. And I think that kind of creamy or champagne dial looks awesome with this green strap. What do you guys think about that? And here we are on a black textured leather strap. This is a vintage leather. Those will be linked down below from AliExpress. These are really nice as long as you get the black or the blue or the gray. I think you're fine. The tan one's not great, but yeah, this one I think looks really good. And I'm about to throw blue and gray on this watch as well. And here we are on the blue strap, and that kind of has a khaki colored stitch to it, so really goes perfect with this watch with the champagne dial and the blue accents on it. I think this color looks so good on that watch. What do you guys think of that one? All right, one more strap. All right, there's the last one there. This is actually a vario strap, vintage leather, and again, super comfortable, really nice looking. I do like that blue one the most though, I think. All right, let's go back inside and let's get back to this review. All right, so let's talk about the case finishing on this thing. So case finishing is a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces. So you can see here the bezel, it's a little bit different. It's kind of the step design. So it steps up and it's a flat surface, and then it steps up and then it's a flat surface, and then that gets to the crystal there. Really interesting. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I think just a sloped one would maybe look a little bit better, but it is what it is. I think it was a design choice. It doesn't look bad at all, and it's nicely finished, as you can see here. Really nice sharp transitions. Everything is brushed very, very nicely. I've got no problems with it. The mid case itself is fully polished, as you can see here, and again, Baltany does a really good job with their polishing. I see no issues with it. Polishing in between the lugs as well. Polishing on the tops of the lugs there, you can see, I mean, everything is polished. It's a fingerprint magnet. That's my only real complaint about it. I do think it looks really good. Flipping it over to the crown side here, you do have an unsigned crown here. Baltany, again, you have a cool logo. Throw it on that crown, please. Everyone will be a lot happier with it. That's just a big blank crown. Really nice, big and grippy crown, screw down crown. You do have these kind of pill-shaped pushers, which I do like over just a standard round pusher, so it gives a little bit more class to the case, I think. And yeah, I think they look really good. This bottom edge is rounded off nicely. It's not a sharp case at all. Circular brushing on the case back, no design. Again, you could probably put the Baltany logo and some Baltany text on the back here, and I think everyone would appreciate that. But as it is, it's a simple case back. I've got really no complaints with it other than the fact that it's completely sterile. Simple nod just to get a tool in there, because you're going to need to change the battery on this thing every couple of years. And yeah, no real issues with the case. I think it's done pretty nicely. All right, so let's talk about the crystal on this thing. So we will test it for sapphire. It is positive for sapphire. And I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Baltany uses the best crystals on AliExpress. I don't know where they source them from, but they need to keep doing it. It is a fantastic crystal. So it is sapphire, as you saw, and it is a boxed sapphire crystal there, so it's flat on the top, really nice and rounded at the edges, got plenty of distortion on the edges. The AR coating is fantastic, as always, from Baltany. Keeps the dial nice and legible. It's a great crystal. I got zero complaints on them. I want to source all these crystals and use them on all of my watches. They're so darn good. All right, so let's zoom in. We'll talk about the dial here. So it almost looks like a white dial, but if I bring it back here, you can see it kind of matches the tone of this wood backdrop. So it's almost like a tannish, kind of champagne-ish color. It's definitely not white. I do have a white dial here I can bring in and show you guys. So there's a white dial for you. But yeah, that's the color of this thing, and I think it looks awesome. Looks really, really good. Starting around the outside here, you have your base 60. So this is a pulsometer, I guess. I can't keep track of all the different chronograph functions. But what I can tell you is it looks really good. I believe maybe it's a tachymeter. Either way, it looks really good. It's almost like a metallic blue. I'm hoping you can see it more down here. So it kind of picks up the light a little bit differently at different angles. It kind of looks like just like a dark blue text up here, but it kind of pops a little bit more down here. So depending on the lighting situation, it can be like a really electric blue. It is really nicely printed there. I like it a lot. And then you have this inner ring with your hour markers and your minute markings. Everything is done very nice and clean. It's a matte dial. It looks absolutely stunning. You have two sub dials here, and they are both encompassed with polished rings. So again, you get really cool light play off those dials. It looks fantastic. The handset that they used, you have kind of leaf handsets for your main hour and minute hands. Then you've got your blued second hand here for the chronograph. You have your blued hand here for the 24-hour dial. A lot of people don't like this dial. me included, it's kind of a worthless dial, but that's kind of our only option really. And then you have a chronograph minute counter here with a really cool hand. I do really like that. That looks nice. Those hands are all blued, and I believe they are all either heated or chemically treated blue. They're definitely not a painted blue. So it's really nice to see that. They look absolutely fantastic. They look great. You have your simple Baltany branding, and that's it. It's a very busy dial, but also very easy to read all at the same time. The hands, I think, are really nicely sized. Yeah, it's just a great looking dial. Absolutely love this dial. I'm not really sure what else they could do to make it any better. It just looks great. It just looks really, really good. All right, so let's talk about the movement in this thing. So the movement is the Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz. It's a 2-year battery life quartz movement, plus or minus 20 seconds per month as far as accuracy goes. It's operated by this 3 o'clock screw down crown. Really nice, smooth screw in and screw out action. Pulling it out to the first position, there is a ghost date position in here. I can hear it clicking around back there, but not a big deal. Pull it out to the third position. That does hack the movement, and this is where you set your time. Everything functions as it should. The hands don't jump around. Again, I've got no complaints with this movement. If you guys are unfamiliar, there's no running second hand. So yeah, it kind of looks like a dead dial when you're just looking at it like this, but I can assure you it's running. You press this top chronograph pusher here to start the chronograph second hand, and you can see it sweeping around there. I believe it's 5 ticks per second. So really nice sweep. Yeah, again, no real complaints with that. This hand here, it just gradually goes around. It doesn't snap to the minute markers as the sign comes around to the 60 minute. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind, but yeah, it's a great movement. I've had these in so many watches. They are reliable. They're accurate. I've got no complaints with them at all. Pressing that top chronograph stops the chronograph second hand. Pushing this bottom one here resets it. Everything snaps right back to 0. The alignment on this thing is absolutely spot on perfect. So I am very happy with the movement in this thing. All right, so let's talk about the strap on this thing. So this is a strap that we've seen on plenty of other Baltany watches. Yeah, it's no different. I'm going to just kind of echo what I always say. It's a nice strap. It breaks in nicely. You just got to give it some time, and it breaks in pretty good. It feels good. It looks good. You got clean stitching here. It is 20 millimeters, and it tapers down to 18 millimeters. It's a good size. I'm kind of right here as far as the length goes. One floating keeper, one stationary keeper. You do have a brushed buckle here. It's not signed or anything like that. Kind of boring, but simple and functional. My only real complaint about the straps are no quick release at this price point. I want to see some quick release on these things. Other than that, though, it's a fine strap. You're not going to want to throw it away, but definitely having quick release would make this thing a lot more useful, in my opinion. So there you go, guys. That is the Baltany s25050 Tuxedo Chonograph. Brand new release from Baltany. Kind of the same mid case we've seen from them before. Really nice case curvature, very comfortable case to wear. Again, this retro funk. I love the kind of creamy color dial with the black circle there. It just looks great. I'm glad they didn't go with a stark white. I think it looks fantastic. I like everything about the watch except the bezel, but I showed this to one of my buddies, and he said he liked the bezel. So obviously it's just a personal preference thing. I'm not a fan of it, but I know some people will be. I think the dial is absolutely stunning, though. Absolutely stunning. And as always, the crystal is fantastic, and I think the value is there from Baltany. I think you guys are really going to like this watch. I think that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.